Welcome to Sykes, the Bottom Line Pharmacy Podcast, your regular dose of pharmacy CPA advice to fuel your bottom line, featuring pharmacists, key vendors, and other innovators.
Your checks, yes, you can call me, cause we the best, Sykes and Company. We the best, Sykes and Company. Your accounting is a mess, there's no need for you to stress. Go online and request from the best. We the best, Sykes and Company. We the best, Sykes and Company. Yes.
There's going to be a lot of interesting changes in 2025.
They're going to do something. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. I got an idea.
You got to think with the way how PBMs are right now, there's got to be some positive changes in that area.
Well, he's already on record.
He's on it. Yeah.
Middlemen are ridiculous. And when Trump says something, we all know, he usually follows through.
Yeah. So let's hope. It's going to be good.
So we'll have a bunch of content on that this year.
Yeah, obviously, is every time that there's an update, we will be here to talk about it.
Well, most
keep
of
everyone
our
updated
coming through our new Master of the Margin membership, Bonnie.
Yes, very exciting.
Where,
tell us about that, Scotty.
Yeah, we're going to have a new monthly membership for a low cost. Not sure what that cost will be, but
it's going to be affordable.
Very affordable, extremely affordable.
Especially for the information that
exactly
will be given out.
And so we'll have a monthly newsletter to start with that. And then access to a couple of our in-depth podcasts on accounting and tax topics.
And let's be clear, if you're already a Sykes client, this will come with your...
Oh, yeah. If you're already a client, you'll get the automatic.
You get this stuff anyway. But you're getting this stuff anyway if you're having your monthly calls with us. So.
Yep. And then, so I'll have some more specific, kind of like how to do podcasts, so to speak, where you get real granular into stuff. We will have quarterly town halls to discuss.
I love the town halls. Live? Yep.
Live.
Love doing the lives. It's great when you can, hopefully we'll do them at times people are available or more readily available. And then people can kind of interact during it as well. So Those are always good.
I believe we're going to have a little community chat thing too as well. So everybody can lean on each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what that's going to be. It's going to be exciting. We're going to try and put a lot of value in there. For 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever it's going to be a month, something like that. And then we'll also add some resources in there as we come across them or develop them, templates, articles of interest, and things that are applicable to pharmacy, accounting, tax, business, those kinds of things. A buy sell podcast, again, where you get a little granular into the mechanics there. The Bottom Line podcast will still be free, Bonnie. People will have all access they want to the Bottom Line for free.
We make all our money on sponsorships for our...
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
One day we'll be like, this episode is sponsored by...
don't do sponsorships.
Well, I think we have to get to a certain level of subscribers to get to...
No.
Yes, we should do.
The answer is we don't do conflicts.
Well, of course, but...
That's it.
Well, that's true. But I don't think we're having anybody knocking the doors down for sponsorships yet.
I've heard... You don't get those inquiries.
Maybe I don't get those emails. I'm not aware that we were that popular.
This is the most popular podcast in the country. We're getting knocked down from everything. Everybody wants to follow.
You just don't know it because we don't have conflicts of interest, so we don't have sponsors. But
No, we like it. We like Only clients. That way we can talk freely about vendors, and if we like somebody, we can tell you we like them. If we see it works, we can tell you it works. If they're paying us, it's kind of a little different. You might recommend something that maybe not is very good, but you recommend it because they're paying you. So
I just mean we could do things like, specific drinks and things like that. They don't have anything to do with pharmacy if they wanted to sponsor us.
Snapple or something.
Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored by Snapple. One day.
One day. But that is something that is in this industry, is those conflicts with vendors. And there was a organization that had a lot of conflicts, and it didn't pan out for that organization a long time, several years ago. So that's what I'm super proud of here at Sykes is we really just try to deliver the information, put it together, deliver the information to our clients, and have discussions about what works and what doesn't, and what we see other pharmacies that work for them, and put them in context, like we talked about that community with, you're having this issue, we have another client that has this issue, you guys talk. It's really not about us, tying ourselves to any specific vendor. It's just the way we do it. It's worked for us, I guess. Yep. And let's see, we just got back from the Vital Care Conference.
Yeah, it was very, very fun, very interesting.
Infusion is a growing space, no doubt about it. There's more drugs new drugs coming out, are infusion drugs. Mm-hmm. A lot of growth in this area. We're definitely seeing it where we sit, Bonnie. And yes. And yeah, infusion it's a different animal, 100% different animal. They call them infusion pharmacies, but it's home health care, really.
It is. It is home health care, but also the suites. But yeah, it so that diversifying all these different types of revenue across the board. But that was a great conference. Great to meet a lot of the people there. We're going to have a busy trade show year. Looks like coming up. Usually we don't hit a lot in the tax season for us time period, and we say that, but then we've already gone to one or two already this year, and then I think there's a couple more coming up in the next few months. So
usually we don't take anything.
We don't, but all of a sudden, I don't know.
So we're doing AtriumX in February.
Very exciting. That's the first time that Nicolette and Matthew has done that with Atrium. So it's her first show. Anybody hears about this and interested in attending, reach out to her.
She's going to have a different model. It's not going to be your normal trade show.
Very interactive, it sounds like, which is
like cohorts.
Super cool.
And you pick the topics you want to talk to and get into
breakout sessions and things like that. Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty interesting. So she'll have that. What's the other one? Georgia Pharmacy Association.
Yes.
Speaking there.
Yep. I'll probably be heading out to NCPA Ownership Workshop. Usually has one in March. Yep. Those dates haven't been released yet, but anyone listening, if you're looking at opening a pharmacy or purchasing a pharmacy, be on the lookout for those dates. They usually do one in March, one in June, ahead of the McKesson show, and also in October ahead of NCPA trade show. So those will come up shortly, probably this week.
And then we'll have the APC compounding conference, which we've been doing some compounding conferences, not this one. So
yeah, new one.
I mean, obviously we work with a whole bunch of compounding. Yep. So it's only fitting that we expand our trade show portfolio with supporting that conference, and we're
Absolutely.
excited to be a part of that.
And then all the big ones this
busy.
summer.
That's all during tax season.
Yeah,
so.
that's all during tax season. And then all the big wholesalers in the summer. Their shows. Already on the ticket. Already planned out, ready to go.
Pioneer's on that list in
Absolutely.
early June, I believe it is.
Some in July. It's going to be busy.
I think we got some gigs on the Pharmacy Podcast Network coming up.
Yep.
So this, like I said, it's going to be a busy year in terms of trade shows, but also this content with what the changes that are going to be coming.
Yeah, it's hard. Some people don't probably realize that when we do some of the CE at some of these shows, they want us to kind of give them an idea of what we're speaking about, make some slides, do that like way ahead of time. Sometimes with this year, we're going to have to probably be like, subject to change.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure whatever we're speaking about is as up to date as we can possibly get it. And definitely there's going to be changes that are going to be hitting constant. So we may have to do some updating to those slides that we...
Well, they're shooting. I know Trump has said May for the tax changes.
Right.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, and everyone knows, regardless of your political affiliations, Trump is definitely pro-small business, pro-business. So you got to believe that a lot of these changes are going to be beneficial to the independent pharmacy arena. I would certainly guess.
I would certainly lean that way.
But that's the hope.
Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't come down to the wire in December 22nd.
Ugh.
And then it's retroactive and all that crap. Hopefully Congress
Always makes it fun for us.
Hopefully Congress get their stuff together with the leadership they got in there now. And I don't know, but we'll see.
And of course it's January, so like we mentioned, it's tax season. So regardless if you're a client of ours or someone else's, it's time to be doing all those year-end items, 1099s. We're wrapping those up.
So it's 1099 season right now. If you don't know what a 1099 is, you got
a couple days to figure it out. Yeah.
Make sure you're doing those, and you've got somebody doing them, because penalties are excessive if you get busted not doing them when you should be. So 1099 season's here. And, best practice for 1099s, folks, and this is like match the margin content right here.
Give you a little sneak peek.
Yeah, best practice for 1099s is get the W-9, which is the information. You fill out the form, name, address, tax ID number. Get that form before you pay these vendors a check or cash or whatever, so that when it's time to do 1099s, you got the information.
They haven't skipped town and you're trying to track them down.
Right.
Because that always happens.
Once you pay them,
you may not see them again.
And then here comes, I can't get the W-9, I can't file the 1099. And then So don't do that.
Best practice. Just get it ahead of time. You want your check? Give me your W-9.
You look at any business that's really got it together, fill out my W-9 first. That's just the way it is.
If you want to get paid, fill out the W-9.
You want to be a professional business. You want to do things right. You want to do things the way it should be done. Get the W-9 first. Then pay.
And then we're going to be heading into corporate tax returns.
Yes.
That's the next.
Corporate returns coming up. Yep, that's next. That's already worked on a couple so far.
Me too. Started one yesterday. Felt good.
Get them done.
We're dorks.
Get them done.
Tax return.
Last year we had that extra day with Leap Day.
We did.
which is a big.
It doesn't sound like a lot to some people, one extra day, but it's a big deal
It's
for
a
us.
big deal for tax nerds. An extra day. So,
and then, of course, into personal returns.
now, I like personal. Corporate, don't like it.
I'll do the corporate. You can do the personal. I don't want to. I cannot stand a 1040.
Individual 1040. Love it. My favorite.
No way.
I'll do them all.
Fine, I'll do the corporate returns.
Deal.
I'll need more than an extra day for leap year if I have to do all the corporate returns. I'm glad we got good staff for that.
Yeah, it takes an army to do tax season.
Yeah, it is quite a process to do all this work. But everybody be kind to your CPAs and accountants during this time of year. They're going to be flooding you with information or questions, memos and questions about everything. Know that we have to ask a majority of those questions to cover ourselves and our insurance.
And if you're not getting questions from CPA,
that could be a problem if they're just taking your word for everything. Yes. But truly, like, we do have to, it's a lot that we have to do and ask and checklists.
There's a lot of questions on the tax returns the IRS wants to know.
Yep. Yeah, we have to verify that we've asked and put it in the notes that we've asked. And
you got Bitcoin transactions. It's just what they ask.
Foreign accounts. Do you have? We're not just nosy. We have to ask. So
now those foreign accounts. Another master of the margin teaser here. You better be careful with those things. If you got any foreign account signature authority over a foreign account, I mean, you could have some reporting that is real expensive if you're missing the ball on that in terms of penalties.
Yeah.
So be careful with that.
Yeah, I've got that problem. I've got lots of foreign accounts.
That house in the Bahamas.
I sold that last year. Just kidding. Oh, I wish. Anyway, yeah, we're the nerds. This is one of our favorite times of year. We get super excited, ready to pound this stuff out. We work on it all year long, Scotty. We like to see how it all flows through. And then compare it to our tax plan and make sure that it's close.
We do.
People don't realize our tax plans are plans. They're just that. They're estimates. We do the best we can to estimate to see how our clients are going to fall.
I love tax season because you got final numbers. Tax planning's hard because you don't.
It is.
You're putting in different what ifs, and then you're kind of watching it going into the end of the year to make sure you're hitting the target.
It's hard.
Tax planning is extremely difficult.
It is.
And some of our peers, Bonnie,
don't do it.
Well, a lot of CPAs don't do it. It's hard. Some CPAs that do it charge like $50,000, crazy amounts of money, to do it. We offer a tremendous value there, I believe.
Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about tax planning.
We eat it on tax planning.
Yeah. Tax planning, if you don't do it or you don't know what it is, it's important. You know, this is someone looking at your books, looking at your numbers, and seeing how this is going to affect you on a personal level when you do your 1040. So you should know by the end of the year, have a good idea right now what your tax situation will be when your 1040 is complete. If you're getting a call from your CPA in April, the 14th, telling you need to write a check for $30,000, and that's a surprise to you, there's an issue.
Pharmacy is a big business. These are big businesses. Pharmacists run some reputable, big businesses. These are not hobby shops on the corner of your street. These are big businesses. You got to run it like a big business. You got to run it like a CEO. I mean, you got to have your hand on the...
Yeah. And if you're not doing it, 2025 is the year to start. So it's important to... there's lots of things you can do when you're in that process of tax planning towards that last kind of quarter of the year. Things you can do to mitigate the tax that is owed, retirement plan options. There's so many different things. Accelerating some payments and expenses. Talking to your trusted provider for tax and accounting on that. And, there's things you can do to help out. So if you haven't done it in the past, definitely have that discussion with your CPA. And Scotty, as we're going into 25, we might as well plug as well our ARX assessment opportunity that we have here at Sykes. It's a great time to, as you're wrapping up your tax return this year for 24, if you've got any questions about things that possibly could be missed, maybe you're not having tax planning done at all, or any of those kind of discussions about the things we talk about on the podcast here, maybe it's a good time to start that ARX assessment process that we offer.
That gets into your specific situation where we kind of review the balance sheet and the profit and loss and tax and check under the hood, get you on a video call and walk through it. So that's the ARX assessment, one-time deal there.
Yep.
If you're a Master of the Margin member in the coming months, you get a discount on that ARX assessment if you're a member of our Master of the Margin. And the Master of the Margin we'll be expanding that as well. It's going to start off as that newsletter and that those videos and live content, things like that, business community. But it will expand as well into other value add services and other things we're going to add to it. So, so it could be a good fit for those that are just looking for just very basic, make sure I'm doing things I need to be doing, make sure I'm maximizing, the back office, the accounting processes, tax situations. Good fit for that, for those looking for that.
Yep. And if you just want to
we'll have a lot more content on this. This is very preliminary right now. But
what a great time starting a new year to just jump in, have a checkup on your books and tax returns and things like that. See how it's going, And I just thought about it. We do have a sponsorship with my cup here, Sykes and Company cup.
Well, Sykes is sponsoring today. Okay, very nice.
Maybe, just maybe.
I had Ducks Unlimited.
That cup looks like this little set of mugs that I had in my childhood home in the 80s.
I'm not kidding you. This mug, I think, was an original mug from the 80s, 70s.
It looks like I can still remember seeing that. We had this wood little stand and it had the things that hung, they all hung there. It looked just like that.
Yeah, this is it. This is totally it. And it's a little small. I like, big coffee mugs, put a lot of coffee in, so.
Heck of an idea.
Coffee too strong today. It is.
Well, good. Maybe you can plow through some returns this afternoon. I got an idea. This is just an idea on the spot.
What's that?
Maybe we could, if you sign up for a membership, you get a free cup.
Our first 50 members?
First 50 get a free Sykes cup.
Should we?
Just thinking. It's a great cup. It's a Turbis.
Not a bad idea. So we could do a drawing for our famous peanut basket.
It's a good idea too.
Austin,
as you're editing this podcast, you can decide if these are good ideas or not.
Our clients know that, and our podcast guests and things like that, we send peanut baskets.
Oh man, those Christmas baskets! Every year we have this discussion. Do we want to do something different this year? But then, God, we just stick with the peanut basket.
We're in an
local
old
peanut.
Mill.
Yeah, people
I'm in an old
love it.
Mill right here. We have the best peanuts in the world in this part of North Carolina. So we have world-class peanuts, and we send those peanut baskets. And maybe we could do some drawings for some peanut baskets.
I think it's a great idea.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you being a part of our fun podcast and listening in. If you got any topics of discussion, we're always open for topics of discussion. Right, Bonnie?
Absolutely.
Well, we can expand on anything, really.
Anything.
What are startup costs? Those types of things. Anything.
Any guest recommendations? We're still trying to get. There's a few people we're trying to get on the podcast in 2025. Some goals we have set.
Well,
take us to the moon.
We're trying to get Trump on here once.
I wasn't going that far.
We'll see.
Now that would be awesome though, if we could get his attention about these PBMs and have him on the podcast. We may get a spot. We may have to accept sponsorships after that. Just saying.
I don't even know, man. We got the president on here. Any president.
Any president.
We'd be famous.
Then we could get a studio, an actual studio.
Yeah, maybe then we could upgrade our studio.
I just want our viewers to know, anybody that watches, you may just listen, but I have asked that we do it like a studio, but Scotty thinks that this is like iconic. Just the background that we have right now is just our thing. The brick wall.
No, I don't.
Your draw board behind you.
We're building a studio right now.
Well, I know, but you did say that you do kind of like just the brick wall. You said this.
It's the studio will be in this building with the brick wall. So you'll have to come into the office.
Which is not a problem because it's only 10 minutes down the road.
20.
No, 10.
You're way out there.
You know how fast I drive though.
God, yeah. Dude, I thought Bonnie. I thought Carol was.
Scotty always talks about Carol. His wife is a speedy driver. He said I could fall in that category as well.
I think you got her beat in terms of speed. She just can't see because she's short.
I need to ride with Carol some. I can't imagine her being like a aggressive driver. But I hear the story, so I need to check it out.
Curb checks all the time. Just like you the other day.
We had to go to the airport. Scotty said I scratched my rim, which is not true. I just rolled over the curb with my tire.
Go look at your back right tire. That's jacked up, I guarantee you.
I don't want Clark to know that, and he'll get very upset.
Yeah. All your tires are all jacked up, probably.
I will say this in closing. This has been 15 years ago. I worked at the old Sykes office, the one that we used to have in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, on the water, which was kind of like a satellite office, but it was beautiful. It was on the waterway there. My office. I had just started working with Sykes a few years before that, and I went there to work with Sheila Anderson, who used to work with us. It was awesome.
The legendary
Sheila Anderson. Anyway, I remember that morning when I drove in the parking lot, I hit the curb. Didn't think anything of it and parked my car. And then when I went to leave that day,
flat tire.
To the brim, just gone. Completely flat from where I hit it. I slashed it.
Carol did that once.
That was the only time that I've ever when the tire was done.
Last year I bought 4 tires for Carol.
She can't help it if she runs over something in the road.
2 or 3 of them she did run over the nail. Remember we had the hailstorm and they were fixing
everybody's roof. Yes, that's not her fault.
2 or 3 of them were nails, but one of them was she curb checked. Big time.
There's so many great memes with that. I didn't know that I need to start sending them to Carol.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.